So traders, gold is continuing to get that sell-off that I've been expecting. But question, are we about to see an everything drop coming out of the markets? Now, an everything drop, an everything correction, not a complete change in trend, but I believe we may be getting ready for an everything drop. I'm not sure with you exactly why. Even this is the stock market, right? S&P, Nasdaq, even the Dow might be getting that as well too. So we may be going through a phase. We may be going through a phase where we get the everything drop in the market. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm seeing right now. And then at the very end, I want to tell you about the biggest price that I've had to pay in order for me to become a lot better at trading and for me to rise above the crowd and become a top percenter in this world when it comes to my income and so on and so forth. So let's get straight into it, guys. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So let's get into this market. So for my past few videos, I have talked about how I believe there's going to be a short-term drop out of gold and silver. Now, ever since then, we are slowly continuing to get that. Right now, this is the gold chart right now. We are right at this level of support. And so as you can see, right now what's happening with the gold weakness. Get ready, gold flush is coming, right? And I really believe that because look at this here. High, lower high, and another lower high, okay? So we're continuing getting these lower highs. But just remember, one of the really big things that I'm always trying to keep an eye on for, and the market sucks you in a lot with these short-term movements. If you are looking at the daily charts, right? If you're looking at the daily charts, let's go here. If you're looking at the daily charts for entries, right? You're looking to get in today and maybe hold it for a couple of days, maybe even for a couple of weeks. Here's the thing. It's so important to make sure you understand the weekly trend because what can happen a lot of the times is that the weekly trend can start to fake you out and then suck you in before it goes for a big move. If I use gold as an example here, right? Or if I just go to this chart here, this is gold as an example, right? And as you can see that every time we go through these sometimes extended periods of corrections, it can really start to suck you in of what's going on, all right? So the number one rule that's important to follow is always go with the markets. And whether we're in these correction phases, step aside. Wait for that time for that next leg to start and then jump in on that, right? And the way to do that is just to understand what sort of phase we're in right now. Are we in a moving phase, an energy using phase? Knock on the microphone here, right? Or are we in a correction phase? And so right now we are in a correction phase. In the correction phases, what's called energy building phases, you're going to get a lot of fake outs, right? And sometimes a lot of volatility within those, right? So you can see here, look at all through here. This was a really big, long, extended period of down. But the overall trend was still up. And the reason why is because trend analysis, an upward trend consists of higher lows. The most important part to an upward trend is that low. And as long as we are making higher lows and it doesn't break that low, so this is the higher low here. As long as we don't break the low, the buyers are still holding it up. Now right? Now, if let me actually show you this here because I think this is going to really help you out here, right? This is what the market does sometimes. So trend analysis education for you 101. Whenever the market's in an upward trend, I can say right now, what are we looking at? We're looking at the lows. This is the last significant low and it hasn't really made a low yet. So if we do get something like that, which probably is coming, I've been talking about the market going, silver and gold going down. And that's what we've been getting, okay? So what's happening for the last couple of days is not a surprise, right, guys? You've been seeing me talk about, get ready for this. But I will say too on the flip side, it's probably going to be very short-lived. Meaning it's probably going to be a flush down then a hold for a period of time, and then a rally up. Now, how long what I just said there takes, no one really knows, right? But the big picture in my mind is what? They're probably going to get a flush down, and we're starting to see that already, right? So it's all in the markets here. So right now, in the trend analysis field, whenever you're looking at, say, trend analysis like this, as long as the market makes a low and we don't break the low, the buyers are still in an upward trend, right? The buyers are still here. So let's show you this here. So rule number, let me bring this up here. Let me show you an example of what I'm looking at here. So this is the good old Bitcoin. Bitcoin. How come Bitcoin had a very big move to the upside? Right? Look at this here. So if we go back, let's bring up this chart. We'll put this chart here, but we'll just remove the moving average. By the way, traders, if you're wondering, I like to use a 24 moving average on the weekly charts. You could use a 20 if you want, but I used to use a 20, but now I use a 24. What's the differences, John? It's just I like to use 24 now, okay? So I always like to use a 24 on the actual weekly charts here. If you like to, in that free trading course, guys, first thing in the description, there's a video in there that walks you through how I use the moving average from the direction of it, how far we get away from it, and all that kind of stuff, right? So for now, we're not focusing on moving average, we're focusing on what? Rule number one, what's the trend? Which is my rule number one for my trading system. And again, I teach you for free, first thing in the description. So by looking at this level here, look at this here. And this is where guys really understanding the big picture. This is where we can understand the big picture and get ready for big moves and capitalize on big trades. Right? Now, you're not always going to capitalize on a big trade, right? But one thing we can see is what? Look at this here. So back here was what? Back here we had, this was the low, and look what happened here. So that was the low, and this was the higher low here, right? So you see that through there. See how we made a higher low. Now, let's take you off the screen. As long as, right through there. As long as the market stays above this low, we are still in an upward trend, okay? Once we break the low, now things start to change. As long as we got a higher low, it could come back down to here, hold for a bit, and then continue up like, oh my goodness, where did that come from? This is powerful trend analysis education for you, right? No matter what market you're looking at. So whenever I'm looking at the weekly charts, of course, my main type of a trading that I do with me and my clients and my private clients, second link in the description if you want to apply. The whole thing about that, guys, is that I'm always understanding where's the big trend. Why? Because wherever the big trend is probably going to be the big moves. So I want to be going with that, right? Because for me, my ideal type of setup is to get in and hold for a month or more and capitalize on a big profit. Not to trade 5,000 times or 1,000 times, right? Now, I don't always get that. Like I just got out of a trade today as I speak, as I did this video. I got out of a trade on the SPY. That trade lasted for about a week and I got just over 50% return. Not a bad for a week, right? Nice 50% return on my investment. Beautiful. Thank you very much. I collected my cookies today. Now moving on. Again, all my actual trading I do in front of my live clients, guys. So my live clients know exactly the option I bought and all that sort of stuff. Interested? Application, second link in the description there. But look at this here. As long as we low here and we have a low here, right? So you see that. Now, here's where it gets really, really awesome. If it does hold and we start to rally, the buyers are still in control and therefore we could actually start to see a really big move, right? If we go back to the gold chart, what happened with gold? Remember? Look at that there. It didn't break the low, did it? And then what happened? We started to see a really big move. So the buyers at this time almost lost control, but didn't lose control. Go back to good old Bitcoin. When Bitcoin made a big move, this is where guys like, there's so much power in this stuff here, right? So as you can see, so much power in this stuff. Now, as long as Bitcoin stays below this low, all right? So it's coming down. It's coming down. Okay, now we're right at this low here. Now it's at this time, at the weekly chart, it's do or die time for the markets. Do we have a flush down below this low here, or do we hold it? If we hold and start to have a move up, we're probably getting ready to have a nice big leg off that. Why? Because the buyers are supporting it. If we don't, we're probably likely to see a significant move on the downside, right? Holds it, holds it. Look at this here. Even came down to this level here. Now, these are weekly bars, right? Hold it, hold it. Oh, look, and now we've got a breakthrough. Now we've got a complete breakthrough for me. Again, same. See how it's the same thing for gold, right? This is where, guys, once you understand these powerful analysis here of not only trend analysis, but deep level of trend analysis, how to really understand the big picture. Whoo! Now you can be, I think there was a bit of a, now you can be on the right side, right? And now you can step aside, step out of the market when it's not sure, step out of the market when maybe trying to think about going short this market, or potentially maybe in gold at that time. And you say, you know what? And then look what happened. Bitcoin made what? A really nice move. And then what did it do? Then it made another significant higher low, and then away we go. Right? And then we started to have a beautiful moving average coming up. So you see that through there, right? So trend analysis is the number one thing, guys, and understanding this deep TA, what I'm saying here, there's so much information within trend analysis that is so powerful, and it's one rule. But there's layers to this, right? There's the short-term trend, right? And we look at Bitcoin right now. What's happening with Bitcoin right now? Ooh, are we about to do... If Bitcoin continues down from here, what does that mean? This is that low through here, right? Bitcoin maybe... Okay, Bitcoin's where... What's Bitcoin right now? Do or die, right? Do or die. Because we are now at this level of support, aren't we? That's that low through there. Now we come back up. Now we come back down through here. If we do break this low, guess what? We could be getting ready for a downward move, right? And this always happens, guys. Remember, when we're looking at the low, always look at that weekly charts. Look at this, okay? Low, then the higher low, then the higher low, and then we what? We broke the low. Then what happened? No longer an upward trend. It came down, lower high, and then we had to move down. See that through there? This is the time where it said, we're probably going to go through a down leg in Bitcoin, right? So now we're going to go back to the individual markets from here, and we can see here, bit of a deep TA for you guys, all right? Again, bit of a deep TA in that there. So if we go look at gold right now, even though gold on the daily chart is there stepping down, and we're probably going to get a flush down, just understand that big picture there, right? So what's happening right now with gold? It's not a surprise, right? Because you got John on your side, right? You got Johnny, right? Coach Johnny. He's on your side. He's helping you out, right? And then so we can see that. And then but to always understand what's going on is that always do this, right? So I say, well, what happens if we get something like that going on with gold on the daily charts? What is that still? Oh, that is low, higher low. There could be another higher low here soon. Then we could get the slingshot type of move, right? Now, this is a weekly chart, guys. That there, what I said there, could take maybe a month to form out. So, get ready, guys, because this is not looking too good, right? This is not looking too good. And same for the silver, right? Silver's continuing down here. I don't believe silver's... yeah, silver, guys, is still in a big upward trend. This is just a big here. So we get a flush down here, guys. Probably going to be something different. Now, that's for silver and gold. For the stock market, hear me out here, right? Let's go look at the S&P 500. As of before, like I got out of the S&P 500 today. I did get into the S&P 500 on this day here. Why did I get into that there? Really simple. I had my L-shaped type of a pattern, that I talked about yesterday. And then I had a beautiful higher low. Beautiful higher low, sideways movement, my L-shaped type of pattern, simple trade, right? Nothing about RSI or stochastic or MACD or the combination. And by the way, traders, on top of my mind, don't use correlation trades. Why are you guys complicating things for? Whoa, if silver goes down, that means I'm gonna go. That means I'm gonna go buy some AG. What? No. Stop. Do your analysis on that market and trade that market. If I say this is what's going on with silver, I didn't say this is what's going on with AG, First Majestic. If I say this is what's going on with gold, I didn't say this is what's going on with Barrick Gold. If I say this is what's going on with the GDX right now, the gold mining index, I didn't say this is what's going on with NEM right now. Right? You see what I'm saying there? They're all different. There's no correlation there. No correlation. So people say, oh, well, if silver goes down there, or silver stocks are... No. Look at the reality of things. First Majestic doesn't look anything like silver. And silver, anyway, you get what I'm trying to say there, right? So, I did that through there. Back to the market, okay? Don't overcomplicate it, guys. You're trying to be too smart. Oh, silver gonna go up. I'm gonna go buy some silver mining stocks. Who told you that? Who told you that bullshit? Don't do that. Why? Right? The market gives you patterns. Trade that market. Whatever that market is that's giving you a pattern, trend analysis and so on and so forth, right? Just trade that. Don't, oh, well, if the dollar's going to go down, that means gold's going to go up and that means I'm going to go... What are you doing? No. Me, I keep it simple. If S&P 500 right now gives me a good entry signal, which it did, I'm going to go trade the S&P 500. The end. Not, well, the S&P 500 is going to go up, and so therefore I'm going to go buy some stocks. No, right? Because I don't know which stock. As you know, there's plenty of stocks in the S&P 500. Like Nike is one that I'm thinking about right now. Nike. Right? Look what Nike's been doing. I'm actually looking for a bearish trade in Nike right now. Right? Nike's been going down. As the S&P's going. So what I'm trying to show you here is that not all stocks are created equal. Don't be so complicated. Whatever market you are doing your analysis on, trend analysis, all the stuff that I teach. Again, first thing in the description, free course. I teach you all that sort of stuff. Just get the help. Do your analysis on that one market and make your decision on that market. If you want to trade Barrick Gold or the gold mining index or First Majestic or any of these stocks, do your analysis on that market and then make a decision on that market. Do not do this correlation bullshit, right? It just doesn't work, guys. No, the market gives you patterns. I trade the pattern. I don't trade correlations. You guys are being too smart for your own good and you're stopping yourself from moving big time, okay? So, on the back of all that sort of stuff, guys, moving back through here, the reason why I say we could be getting ready for a big drop in the market is because every single year we tend to, even last year, right? Every single year when we go through these real, even back through COVID days, which by the way, this is the COVID bull run. This is this bull run here. And now we're going for this run here. Even COVID actually had this little pull down through here and then a move up. Is that the same as that? Same, right? It's actually a very similar pattern. But the S&P 500 is much more overextended, right? So therefore, I'm not expecting 2022 again to happen, but don't be surprised to see a good couple of months of really good pullback right now, coming real soon. One of the reasons why I said, John, you need to exit this market right now because I'm in a trade. I was with options. I was holding on, trying to make more profit. I said, I need to exit right now, be a good trader, pull my money back. And guess what, guys? Right now, like today with my clients, because I'm with my clients every single day, showing them the setups. I was showing them like a handful of really amazing bearish trades. So if the stock market goes down, guess what? beautiful. I got some really amazing bearish trades all in line. I've also got some bullish trades all in line as well too. So you see what I'm saying here, right, guys? Like, bring it on. But are you prepared? Because if the market does go through that phase and it does weigh down on the markets, are you prepared for that? Right? And so therefore, a really big correction is probably going to come around the corner. And you don't know the exact high. Like, is the exact high right now? I don't know. What I do know is I made over 50% return in just over a week on my options. That's a really nice return, right? Considering the S&P 500 really didn't do much for the last week, right? So the thing for me is that be prepared, because we could be getting ready for a really big drop. Now, again, guys, probably maybe a 10% drop. Like even through here, right? Look at this here, up through there. And then we had this overall move through the downside through there. Now, as this is happening, guys, this is the daily charts. As this is happening, keep an eye on the big picture, keep an eye on the weekly charts, because there's going to be some amazing buying opportunities if you can be patient, okay? Your number one word for you, especially for the next few months, is patience. And then discipline, right? Patience, be patient with the market, right? Because there's going to be some amazing buying opportunities. And the one thing you don't want to do is get into some bullshit trades you know you shouldn't, and then some amazing trades come in a month or 2 or 3 months down the road that do make very big moves that could generate multiple 100% return on the trade, and you little monkey brain been jumping all over the place. Step back, stop, right? And then the discipline is that there's heaps of trades all across the markets. You just got to know what you're looking for. And if you don't understand what goes into an amazing high quality setup, what I call an A+ setup, and what I have 2 different types of levels of trades. Right? I have a level 1 and a level 2 type of trade. Level 2 type of trade for me, when everything lines up, says we're about to make a really big move off that, right? That's a level 2 type of trade for me. But the thing is that I know what I'm looking for with that. So when that comes around, I can capitalize on it. The question is, do you actually even know what you're looking for in the market to identify a high quality setup that's likely to make a big move? Because if you're just guessing, there's going to be so much money that you're going to be missing out on in these markets. And I believe from now through the end of the decade, there's going to be at least $1 million worth of amazing trades. At least $1 million worth of amazing trades in profit that's going to pass you by if you don't understand this stuff. Again, that's the reason why I teach it in the course below. And if you do need some help, second link in the description, guys, you can apply for my coaching, and I'll handhold you every day, right? So looking at the markets here, guess what? Markets right now are going to the upside, and this is the same for the Nasdaq as well too, right? We didn't we got a little bit of a pullback, and now we're continuing up from here. We may continue up a little bit more, guys, and we may make another new high, but I think we're starting to run out of steam here, right? And I believe, once again, that we're getting ready for a really, really big, at least another correction, right? Because look at even back here, right? Look at it back here. There we go. Cool. Right? Look at it. Look at this back here. Even the Nasdaq, what goes up, has a big drop, goes up, has a good drop, goes up, has a big drop, goes up, and then we start this downward trend, right? So what am I expecting? Probably another one of these guys, right? Even if it just does something like that, right? Maybe a 5, 6, 7% correction. Get ready for it. Because on the back of all this, guess what? What have we also done? We go through phases, don't we? Up, up, up. Right? Correction, 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 correction. Right? And these corrections can last what? Sometimes up to a month or more. So be prepared for maybe a month or more of correction, right? Just a major warning from here, guys. Get ready for it, right? But there's going to be some amazing trades anyway across the market. So, and looking at the Dow Jones, right? I talked about the Dow Jones yesterday. If the Dow Jones does follow in suit, it's going to be an incredible buying opportunity, because I believe we're probably going to get a false breakout pattern, right? I believe if we do get something like that in the Dow Jones does start to do something like that. Now, no one really knows, right? But if it does do this and we get a flush below here, right? We may have done through there. Get ready for something like that to happen, and then a big scoop up through here. So this here could be 1 to 3 months. 1 to 3 months. 1 to 3 months. Let's see if I... The reason why I wrote that many times is because I'm like, do you even know what I wrote there? Anyway, all right, take it off the screen. So anyway, traders, that's a bit of an update for you guys across the markets from here. Now, I want to finish off with, that's technical analysis, that's right. I want to finish off with some of the dark side, some of the prices I've had to pay of becoming a good trader in these markets. And some of the things that are just, it's one of the things that you're probably going to ensue yourself. Okay, so I just want to finish up with this. One of the hardest things for me that I had to realize in order to become a good trader in these markets is that we have the systems, right? We have systems that we trade, and one of the hardest things is that it was all about me becoming good at trading the system, right? Because we have the system, but we have to become good at the system. And because there was so many years that I was like, oh, I traded the system and I didn't make money, and I gotta try something else. 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 Right? And because of all of that, I wouldn't ever get the breakthroughs with that system there. And year after year after year after year after year, I just couldn't make trading work. No wonder. But everything changed when I said, I need to be committed to the process and I need to become good at trading this system, which means identification, which means discipline, which means commitment, which means being patient when there's no trades. All that stuff within this approach. And the first one I said is that I need to become good at identifying these patterns. And that takes time, right? That doesn't happen in a month or two, right? Especially if you're learning a brand new type of a system. Sometimes that's going to take a good 6 to 12 months, right? To really iron out the bugs and get you on there. Now, on the caveat of that, and that's the reason why, guys, you're focusing on 4 or 5 different types of trading systems at once is never a good idea, right? And I'm telling you, and let me explain the reasons why. I trade only one type of approach. I trade one type of umbrella of rules. I have a level 1 type of trade, which is probably going to last maybe a week being in the trade. I have a level 2 type of trade, especially if I'm trading the daily charts, where it could maybe last for maybe a month or more, right? They're the 2 different types of levels there. The reason why trading many different trading systems at once is so bad is because if you are trading many different systems, right? Yeah, maybe let's just say you're trading 4 different types of approaches all at one time. You're looking at system A, B, C, and D, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's just say, for example, on that day, you don't know why, but you really started to focus on system number 4, right? Maybe it was a stochastic system with the RSI, right, and the moving averages. And you're focusing so much on that system that that's what you're even in that split second of moment, you're looking at a stock for this, right? But there wasn't this one, but there was a system 1. But because you weren't looking for system 1, you don't find it. You end up saying there's no trade there, but there was a trade there, and you completely miss it. We get what we look for, right? And one thing I've found is by really focusing on one type of trading, which I do now, you get what you look for. And if you can really focus in on powerful setups, you can start to see these things happen all over the place, right? So that's the very first thing that I realized that, okay, and I got to a point, guys, where I said, I got to shit or get off the pot. Which means, like, there came to a point where I'm just like, man. And for me, guys, it was going back to work after losing $250,000 in the market. And then going back to work, saving a bit of money, putting money into a trading account, blowing that up, saving a bit of money, putting the money in the trading account, blowing that up. And I just could never make it work, right? And the reason why I could never make it work was 1, I was trading too much. 2, I was trying to force it too quickly. And 3, I was just never staying to approach. 12 months later, 2 years later, I was so much worse off because I was doing all these different things, right? Trying to find that thing, that next home run trade. And I've had some of my clients right now in my past that unfortunately they're going to be always part of the bottom 50% in their income earning. And the reason why, because all they're looking for is that massive home run trade. And that's all they're looking for because they're trying to make this money really quickly right now. And they're not focusing on the skills to become a good trader, right? You get what you're looking for. Now, the last thing I want to say about the price you have to pay is this. Not many people you meet in life are going to strive to be a really, really, really good trader in their life. Not many people in their life you'll meet actually want to do better, right? They're just walking through life. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people, right? I have many friends that they're nice people, but unfortunately, I can't be around them. And what ends up happening is slowly and surely, I start to remove literally most people in my life that I associate with, because I know the number one thing that's going to slow me down is my surroundings. And I can't let anything start to slowly jeopardize, because you are who you hang around with, right? And if I'm hanging around with a very nice friend who I'm thinking about right now, but she's always complaining she's got no money and she's stressed and this has gone wrong and da. Guess what? I'm going to start to feed into that. And so there came a time where I'm just like, I really enjoy our friendship, but I enjoy my long-term success even more. I have to let you go. You're not a bad person. You're not mean to me at all. You're very nice to me. But unfortunately, I can't be where you are right now. Right? Because I can't be with you where you are right now. And so what I've had to do is I've really had to pull back. And to make trading really work for me, I've had to really hone in, and nothing else mattered. It came to my family, my kids, my health and my fitness, and my trading. That's all that matters. And obviously I have a coaching business as well too. But I find my coaching business is a form of me being able to focus, right? I get paid to teach you guys, which is what I want to do anyway, right? Which is me focusing on the markets. So that's why I love coaching, right? I get paid to teach you guys. But then also I hope you guys really understand like a 20-year shortcut, right? I've been trading the markets for 20 years, and you want a 20-year shortcut? If you listen to what I tell you, most of you guys won't even actually make money in the markets, right? Most of you guys right now are probably losing a lot of money in the markets right now. Like right now, guys, I'm having a phenomenal year when it comes to my actual trading here, right? But one of the biggest prices that I've had to pay has been that, right? Has been like, it's lonely at the top. And that's not a bad thing. That's just a choice we take. But it was so hard for me to really take that next step in my life. In order for me to achieve the results, I must become someone different, even slightly different. I must be more committed to getting good night's sleeps. I must be more committed to really being positive and writing out my goals and, having that process to achieving my goals. Well, I must be committed to that process. And so I've always found that, it really is lonely at the top. And so that's a price that most people are not willing to pay, and they wonder why they're not moving forward in their life, right? And so it's because of their surroundings, right? And we don't understand, we think we're strong. I always thought I was strong enough for so many years, and I can keep hanging around these people and, right? These people, yeah, you probably know what I'm talking about, right? It's not that they're bad people. It's just like, I can't be around you because I'm trying to become someone different. Because I know when I need to become someone different to get a much different result, a much better result in my life. My difference might be, I must be so much more committed to this process. So much more. I need to be so much more disciplined to this process. I must have a good ritual, a ritual behind getting, before I start the trade, to make sure I'm in a really good mind frame and state to make good decisions in the markets. I must have a positive mind frame and a positive outlook. So when I go through a period where I might have 2 or 3 or 4 losing trades in a row because of my dumb ass, I have this let's go type thing. And so, and then on the top of that, a lot of people who I associate with, I just say I'm in the finance industry, right? One of my earliest mentors, name's Kim. Kim used to say, when people used to ask him, like, what does he do for a living? He's like, what I do for a living is I'm a waiter. I'm a waiter. And the reason why is, it's like, what? You're a waiter? Like, oh, you're a waiter? He's like, yeah. Like, I'm paid to wait. And that's what trading's really about, right? If you think about it, trading's not about trading all the time. You're literally paid to wait. Waiting for these amazing setups to unfold that sometimes take a lot of time to unfold, a few weeks or more, maybe a longer, to really unfold. But when these amazing setups come and we take the trade, we are paid to wait, right? So my mentor used to say, but we're always paid to wait. So this is some of the things, guys, when it comes to the price that I've had to pay. And it's one of the dark things that most people don't talk about when it comes to success in general. And by the way, guys, I sort of actually like it now, right? The age that I'm at right now, I've just recently turned 40. I started when I was 20 years of age, like doing this. And my whole goal through here was I need to learn the techniques, the systems, the strategies, the approaches so I can make money this year so I don't have to work a job. That was always my outcome. My outcome was never, what's the big macro cycles, what's inflation, the PE ratios, the fundamentals, all of this sort of garbage. Maybe it's not garbage, but all this sort of stuff out there. What's the Fed doing and all that sort of stuff. I didn't give a rat's ass. Why? Because I'm like, I need to make money this year. Or back then, it's like, I need to make money this month so I don't have to go work. Right? So whenever I'm coaching you, whenever I'm teaching you, again, second link in the description, I'm coming to you from a guy that my number one thing has always been, how do I trade these markets successfully in a way where this year I can make a lot of money so I don't have to go get a job, right? Because that's what it's about. And remember I said, and see what I said there? The terminology is about having successful trades this year, right? So that's always been my goal. My goal is always about having good trading strategies, techniques, foundations around trading the markets so I can make money this year, not holding on for 4 or 5 years. And that's always been my approach there. So traders, these are some of the biggest things out there that I haven't liked, because I'm a very sociable person when it comes back down to, not many people are going to get you. But right now, guys, as I'm going back to saying before, I've just recently turned 40 myself. I started this journey when I was 20 years of age. And I've gone through massive loops and holes. But now, after all this time, you really get a good understanding of all these things that I'm teaching you in all these videos that I'm teaching you right now to help you get a really good understanding. And that's where your peer group is so important, right? That's the reason why with my coaching program, we're together every single day. We're supporting each other every single day. I have a private Facebook group, so you're part of a community every single day, right? I'm there on there every single, like today, I just did a video for them. It's an 8-minute video for my inner circle group, right? The community part is so important, because guess what? It's not easy getting ahead in life. We know that, right? It takes that commitment, and it takes that, I'm going through a shit time right now trading the markets, but I need to step back, refigure out what I'm doing, and keep going and not quit. To keep the process, keep going with the process, figure out what I'm doing wrong and keep going. It takes a lot of balls to do that. And if you've got a surroundings by saying, oh, why are you doing that for, and blah, 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 blah. And if you're trying to make a 7-figure income from trading, and you've got these broke-ass friends next to you always complaining about money and how much they hate their job, like me, no, I love the markets. I love trading. I love the patterns. I love the understandings of it and what I teach here, right? And again, your community is so important. That's the reason why my part of my coaching program is the community, right? It's like who you hang around with is who you become. You can't help it, right? And that's where I know, like for me, it's so important for me to be at the best I can. So not only am I continue to grow and get better results, right? But I'm also passing that down to people as well too. And that could be a way that even just a way that I'm looking at life, right? My attitude, my health and fitness, and so on and so forth out there. So traders, one of the biggest things out there, that one of the biggest prices I've had to pay is I realized that at this stage of my life right now, a lot of friends, most of my friends right now, they're friends, but right now in my life right now, I don't want to be involved with it. The most important thing for me is right now my kids and my family, my health and fitness. That's what I mean. What I mean by that is like I still go to the gym, I still do classes and stuff like that, and associate people, and then trading. Right. My main focus is every single day is that, because focus is power, and making sure I'm staying sharp. Because you never know, guys. You never know. And this is the thing for me, right? Just one really good trade can make 6 figures for me. So just one really when's that good trade going to appear? Is it going to be this month? I need to be ready and alert for that. So anyway, traders, leave a comment section below and let me know what you think. But one of the biggest things that's been hard for me is understanding that a lot of people are not going to be on this journey, and it starts to become a lonely journey because you realize like I can't have these other people affecting my mindset right now, because success in life is hard enough, let alone all these other influencers, these people that are complaining about making just $100,000 a year, and you're trying to become a millionaire trader, which takes several years of consistency and commitment and learning from mistakes and growing. It takes a long time there. So anyway, traders, have an amazing day. I'll speak to you guys real soon.